Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Too Opinionated, where today I'm joined by actor Adam McArthur. So, welcome, Adam.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited
I,
to virtually be hanging out with you here.
I'm so excited to talk with you. I'm a big fan of the voice acting. I think that's just the best gig. So, I'm very envious that you've done that. That doesn't mean it's easy, but I think that's a fun one.
It is 100% fun all of the time. I mean, of course, there's hard days and whatever, but it's so fun. I always tell people I'm getting paid to do what I used to get in trouble in junior high school for. So,
Yeah.
what better way to just like
You
stick it to the
can't beat that. We've been lucky. We've got to talk to a few really good voice actors. We spoke with Rob Paulson. That
amazing.
does yeah, he's
Yeah, he's
incredible,
incredible.
and Neil Ross that does
Awesome.
some of the GI Joe characters,
Yeah.
and both of them were, of course, they've been at it a while.
Yes, Rob is a legend
Yeah.
in the industry. Yeah, and a super super sweet guy. We're actually working together on a project right now, and
Oh,
yeah, right before we recorded an episode of the show, right before we went into lockdown. So
yeah.
he was one of the last people I got to work with in studio. I feel very very lucky and fortunate to be able to say that because yeah, he's incredible.
He's such a nice guy, and and
Hmm.
and just he was great to talk to. I just had the best time with him. So that's pretty cool. What was the show you were working on?
So it's a show called Salem. It was actually an independently produced animated show.
Yeah,
They did a Kickstarter campaign for it and raised,
nice.
I think their goal was like maybe 60K and they raised like 175K or something
Yeah,
crazy. So yeah, so we did a fully animated produced pilot. It's already finished. I've seen it and it's amazing. It's getting, I think, shopped around right now or it's coming
yeah.
out at some point soon. But yeah, I mean, the process for animation takes forever. So
That's right. That's
yeah,
exactly right. Yeah,
it
it's
just
not
takes a
a,
really long
quick.
time.
It's not a quick process.
Yeah.
So let's start here. So what made you want to get into acting? What made you want to get into the entertainment business?
Yeah. I mean, I always tell people I really had this desire from when I was super young. I don't remember ever not wanting to be an actor for
Yeah.
whatever reason. But when I think about it, I think it has a lot to do with I just really like I always took the role on in my family of making sure that everyone was okay, that everyone was happy and like, smiling and stuff like that. And I was inspired by, people like Jim Carrey and
Yeah.
really like physical comics. So yeah, I think it just, from early childhood being exposed to all that stuff, I just always thought it would be cool and fun and here I
Yeah.
am.
I mean, that's pretty awesome. Your character in Star versus the Force of Evil is that's kind of what he does, right? Marco's kind of that guy that he's just a nice guy that takes care
Yeah.
of people.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, he's a very sweet kid. He's just got a good he's just got a good heart. He's the safe kid, but really he wants to be a bad boy,
Well,
but
that's
not
it. He
really,
doesn't want to
you
be the
know.
safe kid, but he
I
can't help
know, but he kind of does. Like I feel like he really truly deep down probably does. Like he's glad that someone is there watching over everybody,
it.
like
Yeah.
helping make sure that we're like, keeping things on track. We don't want anything to get too off track here. Uh but yeah, Marco is such a good boy and it was very very fun voicing him for so long. I mean, I started working on that show in 2013 and then we did it all the way until 2019.
It's amazing. That's a long run for an animated show.
Totally. Yeah, it was one of very few shows on Disney Channel as far as original animated shows go that got a fourth season. So we were very very lucky to
Yeah.
have as many as we did and yeah, go on the journey that we went on with it. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
See, I remember this. This is because this is part of the reason I started podcasting was because I have all this just useless trivia stuck in my head, and I was like,
Awesome.
I'm telling
I
something,
gotta get it
gotta get
out.
it out.
Yeah.
So now, so I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that you played like a track guy in Jack and Bobby.
Oh my gosh.
Is that
Yes,
right?
that is right. That was forever and a day
Like
ago.
15 years ago, something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everyone is probably like, what the heck is Jack and Bobby? Yeah, it was this
This is a good show.
It was on the WB back when the WB existed, which is now the CW. If you're listening to this and are like, what the heck are they talking about?
Yeah.
That was my first ever co-star role on a TV show. And now co-star sounds really super fancy, like, oh, you're co-starring next to somebody, like you're a big deal. No. My character didn't even have a name. He was literally track guy.
Now that I didn't know. I just remembered that.
Yeah, no. He was literally just a guy in the high school that one of the main characters was in. And my line was, oh gosh, what was it? It was like, hey Marcus, man, let's go. And that was it. That was it. And when I booked it, I was like talking to my manager. I was like, should I come to the office? Should we like go through the script together? Thinking it was going to be like this big acting thing. And literally that was my only line. So, but it was a fantastic time. It was great.
Yeah, it was actually a really good show. It was very CW before CW.
Yes. I really think they had some amazing shows back in the day. I mean, the superhero stuff now is still cool, but I loved Smallville.
Smallville was terrific. They did. I'm pretty sure didn't they do Everwood?
Yes,
Everwood was one of theirs that had
that was even
Chris
before,
Pratt early on.
Yeah, that was even before Smallville and stuff. Yeah.
They had some good stuff.
Good old days. Yeah.
So do you still do acting as opposed to voice acting, or are you specializing now?
I wouldn't say I'm specializing. I've just sort of like, at a certain point when you're so busy doing one thing, it's kind of hard to give the other the attention that it deserves.
That's right.
And that is honestly kind of the point that I'm at, and have been at for a little bit. I still get auditions here and there, but it's truthfully, it's really hard for me to dedicate the time that it deserves.
Yeah.
And I would rather not take an opportunity for an audition away from an actor who's like here really wanting to do that stuff, even though I do want to do it.
Because you're the nice guy.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but I would just, I'm right now I'm happy doing voiceover. I mean, I've also done a lot of martial arts my whole life, and people are always like, "Why don't you do more stunt stuff?" Because I sort of dabble in that a little bit. But again, I don't know.
What martial arts are you proficient in?
Well, I've done Kung Fu and like traditional Northern and Southern Shaolin Kung Fu since I was 11, so about 27 years, and I've done Judo for about the same time. So those two I would say are like my main styles. But I also did Wushu for about 9 years. I boxed for like 6 years.
Yeah, you have done a lot of martial arts. And that's quite a bit. That
was the other thing besides acting that I've always wanted to do was martial arts. I always wanted to just.
They're bringing back Kung Fu.
I know. I saw that. I actually saw the look, no offense. I don't want to talk bad about anything that I could potentially be on, but I saw a poster and I was like, that is not a Kung Fu post. We're gonna need some work.
It's a CW Kung Fu show.
Maybe they need a consultant on that. I don't know.
I guarantee there will be a lot of teen romance.
Yes. The benchmark, the center part of Kung Fu is a teen romance. Always,
That's right. I wonder if David Carradine will. I don't know. I don't guess he'll show up anywhere. Yeah, flashbacks maybe.
Clips from the old shows. Give it the Cobra Kai treatment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'd be all right. I wouldn't fuss about that too much.
Yeah, neither would I. I have fully appreciated and I've given into the Cobra Kai. I love what they're doing with that series. At first I was like, wow, it's like some of these people haven't acted since the originals is what it felt like. However, oh man, is it charming. I have not a bad thing to say about that. I love
it's a fun show.
The writing, the directing, the acting, the
it's nostalgia. A fun show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a chance to talk to Tamlin Tamita, that plays Kamiko, and she was awesome, and she was fired up about coming back. She got to be on a couple episodes, and I was like, "That's really cool."
I don't know. I mean, it's probably because martial arts plays such a big part of my life. But when like even hearing that, it's like, oh, my eyes just well up because I think about how cool of a thing that must be for that person. You know, like that, like
Yeah.
you're on this iconic movie that has literally like transcended time. Like it's
Yeah.
still people still talk about the Karate
Nope.
Kid 2, you know, all these movies. And then there's an opportunity for you to go back and revisit that thing that you love so much in a really current way that kind of is honoring and paying tribute to
Pretty
it.
cool.
Oh, what more could you ask for? It's amazing.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I love
So
it.
did you do theater in school?
I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
I started in high school, doing theater, did a lot of improv in high school.
Yeah.
I did some musicals, even though singing terrifies me. Uh, yeah, then just continued on in college and yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on stage performing, obviously
Yeah.
not including 2020, which no one has been outside of their house,
Nobody.
but
Yeah.
yeah. um, but the last sort of like live theater that I did was improv here in LA. And I was a part of the main company of Comedy Sports, which is a like
Ooh.
family friendly improv comedy troupe here in Los Angeles. And fantastic group of really, really talented people, former
Yeah.
like writers on Mad TV and
Nice.
stuff like that. So yeah, that was my last, you know, pre
Yeah.
2020.
Improv's not easy either. That's of course it's easy for some people, but it seems very difficult for me.
Yeah, I think it's just I mean it's with anything. It's just a matter of like understanding the rules so that then you have freedom within the rules and then as far as you can, you know.
So when you what was your first like voiceover work? How did you transition to that?
Yeah, so the very first acting class I ever took was up in Northern California. It was this place called Kids on Camera.
Yeah.
And the owner of the school had some auditions come in from one of the local agencies. They knew that she like was really good with kids and had a lot of younger students there, and
Yeah.
they needed teen boy voices for a series of Macy's radio commercials. And so she was
Nice.
like, oh yeah, like so she was like, hey, would you want to audition? And I auditioned and I ended up booking them, and it turned into be like, I don't even know, like somewhere in the 30s, like 36 radio commercials or
That's a
38
lot.
radio commercials for Macy's. Yeah, over this like span of maybe 2 years. And so that was kind of my first foray into voice work. And then I did some old like kids video games, like, you know, CD-ROM time. This is when we're talking.
Nice.
Yeah. Like educational software stuff. Yeah, this company was called Global English. I'm remembering now. Global English, and they would teach kids in other countries how to speak English. So I played one of the main little characters on that, and yeah, just continued on from there. My first like, I would say big thing came much later actually. When I had moved to LA and all that stuff, and I got to voice a character on Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which was airing on Cartoon Network at the time.
Yeah.
Which is a really cool experience. Just, you know, saying you're a part of the Star Wars universe is pretty
It's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That's
I know. It's sort of like,
I'd be done. I'd be like, yeah, I don't need to do anymore. I've done all I can do.
I booked that and was like, yeah, I think after I do this, I'll just retire. And then I realized that, you know,
Well, and you got to play the guy that becomes the king of the calamari, right?
Yeah. Yep. King of Mon Cala, Prince Lee Char. Yeah.
Lee Char. Because did you follow? Because I know he was a prince when you played him, but did you happen to follow his story after the cartoon? You know, they continued it in the comic books.
I had a lot of people send me the pages from those comic books, and I was like, he lives. That's amazing. And then I actually ran into Dave Filoni at who was the director on Clone Wars at the time, who's now obviously directing Mandalorian and all this stuff.
Right.
I ran into him at Comic-Con, again, pre-2020. And I was like, hey, you know, I just saw the comics for Lee Char. I mean, any chance he's coming back? And he's like, love to do that. You never know. I was like, all right.
He should come back. I mean, he had kind of a rough time, let's say, in the comic books.
We should see him having some fun now.
Yeah. Bring him back.
Bring him back. Let's do it. Petition hashtag bring back Lee Char if you're
I
listening.
mean,
Tweet.
Lee Char, you've got Akbar and then Lee Char. He's got to be the second most important one.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. 100%.
Yeah, I saw that you'd been on there, and of course I watched all of those awesome. As they came out, and they were amazing. I was like, I know exactly who he played.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I love that.
Well, and there's no reason, with The Mandalorian, there's no reason you couldn't do that one in a live show.
I mean, that would be. You
don't have to, he's still around.
Yeah, get all makeuped out.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, I did 3 episodes. I mean, that was all we saw him. It's not like, I mean, he's definitely not like any kind of big character in the Star Wars universe. I don't know I'm sure they would just cast somebody. I don't know that they would be like, well, Adam was the voice, and then call me back.
Voice.
But, I mean, you never know. Crazier things have happened.
That's
they
right.
Brought back the Karate Kid, for crying out loud. So.
Yeah, that's amazing. So let's talk a little bit about the new one. So you're
Cool.
voicing a character for Jujutsu Kaisen. Am I getting that close?
Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, you're close. You're close.
Kaisen. Okay, I was close. Close. Yeah, I've been watching this one. This
awesome.
One's crazy.
This is crazy. This show has everything. It's got some comedic moments. It's got horror. It's got like some drama. It's got some intense battles. It is a vocal gymnastic workout every session, and it
has to be
so fun. It is so fun. I'm having a blast. It's unique. So the show is actually from Japan, obviously.
Yeah.
It's an anime that they brought over here. So I'm voicing Yuji Itadori. He's the main character of the series. I get to be his English voice. It is a very unique experience doing a character, going from a show like Star versus the Forces of Evil, that's an original animation, where I'm creating the character every week as I'm reading the script. They're animating to my voice. It's a much different experience than getting finished animation and not filling the shoes of the Japanese actor, because in my opinion you can never really replace the original.
That's right.
So it's been interesting finding his voice in the English dub while honoring what is already there, while honoring the character, while making it, localized to here. It's just such an interesting experience. And there's so many pieces of this big puzzle that create a dubbed anime and bring it over here to the Western audience who want to watch it in English. So it's done. It's so well done, because it used to be, when I was growing up and anime or manga would come over, and they do the English voices, but they did not match up very well with the mouse. You could really tell that it was dubbed. You really couldn't tell. You wouldn't have known if you didn't know that it was voiced over, because it really matched up well. I was really impressed, and the animation is amazing. Oh, yeah, the studio who's doing Jujutsu Kaisen is called MAPPA, and they are just killing it. It's beautiful. The show is beautiful. The fight scenes are incredible. They're really giving it what it deserves, because it's such an amazing story. The story is so cool. Obviously, it follows the manga, so like the comic book.
Yeah.
And they're really, in my opinion, doing it justice. They are doing a fantastic job.
Well, it had me about near the end of the first episode when he swallows the finger. I was like, I'm in.
Yeah. I mean, it goes 0 to 60. I remember. So this is actually the first anime I've ever dubbed on, and I remember watching the first episode in sub, and I was like, oh my gosh! Like, talk about hit the ground running. Like the show starts and you're like, it's like action immediately. So
and like those anime shows, I mean, they have a cult following. I mean, people that watch that are loyal and they love it.
Yep.
So I know you do a lot of the shows. Have you been getting a lot of positive feedback?
Yeah. I mean, anime is interesting in that there is people are very polarized on what they like, and if
Yeah.
you like the other thing, then they're gonna let you know that you're dumb. But I would say overwhelmingly, people who watch the dubbed versions of anime have been so supportive and sweet and
Yeah.
kind, and said a lot of really kind things. And there is there will forever be the debate of sub versus dub, I think,
Yeah.
for people who want to have that debate. But for me, I don't really care. I don't really care what someone else watches. I don't care
The
if they watch
story's
the
good.
sub.
It's good.
I just want them to watch a show that's good. And this one
Yeah.
is good. My non-biased opinion, you don't even
Yeah.
have to watch the dub. You don't have to listen to my work. If you want to watch a good show, this anime is a
It's
really
good.
good show. Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah, it's excellent. So, did you watch anime as you were growing up, or are you fairly new to it?
It's hard not to have some exposure, especially being in martial arts, to shows like
Right.
Dragon Ball and stuff like that. A lot of my friends were really
Yeah.
into anime. I was in the anime club in high school, my freshman year. But I don't think I really ever like fully appreciated the depth of story that a lot of anime possesses,
Yeah.
until much later. I would even say maybe like 2014, 2015 time.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was one of the first animes that I
Yeah.
watched all the
It's
way
a really
through,
good one.
and it is. I mean, it's on lists of like top 20 shows of all time, and I'm not
Yeah.
talking about like animes of all time. I'm talking about
Yeah.
shows. Like it is incredible, and I love My Hero Academia. Um,
Yeah. It's a good one.
it's such a good one. What else have I really liked?
See, when
Um,
I was growing up, we had Speed Racer,
mhm. Yeah,
Robotech,
yeah.
and let's see, Battle of the Planets or
Okay,
Gashuman. That
gotcha.
was pretty much it. And then they came out with Akira
Oh,
was
awesome.
kind of the big movie,
Yeah,
and that kind of changed things. But then
yeah,
over the last 20 to 30 years, I mean, we're getting so much more
yeah.
anime, and it's really quality stuff. And this show fits right in there with the best ones. I think it's so good.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I'm very excited. I feel very, very lucky to be able to voice another character that is just a good guy. He's just a
Yeah,
good boy. He wants people to he just wants to take care of his friends. He wants everybody to have somebody,
yeah,
and yeah, I really appreciate that quality about him. He's a little dumb sometimes, which I also think is really fun to play. Because he's fully aware that he's just very physically gifted and kind of dumb
yeah.
sometimes. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's been pretty good, and I was surprised that it was showing on HBO Max.
Hmm.
I found that really interesting. They have cast a wide net with their
Yes.
programming.
Yes, they have. Yep, they totally have. Yeah, so we still have like about 7 weeks left, I think, for
Yeah,
dub episode airings, which is awesome. So yeah.
yeah, that's really cool. So you're still recording those now, or are they
Hmm.
done and they're just putting them together?
No, they're still recording. I think I have recorded up to there's 24 episodes in season 1. I think I've recorded up to 23. So I think I only have one episode left to record before I am done. And then just watching, weekly as they
Yeah,
come out. So
yeah. Are we? And we'll get more seasons.
I mean, who knows? It's This show is so
One.
popular in Japan. I mean, it's like it's on all the number one lists. The
Yeah,
top 10 list of how the manga is selling, how the anime is perceived. They just announced a movie, which I think might be a prequel.
yeah,
So before my character. However, I am like all for it. Anything that just flushes out the world and expands and brings more
yeah,
people to the show. I'm so happy to see them do stuff like that. More opportunities for other actors to work and have jobs too, which
yeah.
is
For
fantastic.
sure.
But yeah, I mean, if they didn't do a season 2, I think it would be one of the most shocking things for
I mean,
for
it's so
fans.
popular. I'd be really surprised if
I
we.
mean, entire subway stations are painted with the characters in Japan right
Wow.
now because it's so popular over there. So, you know, I'm just here for
That's
the
that's
fun and
pretty cool.
here for the ride.
As
Yep.
a nerdy guy, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I mean, like, I don't know if you can see behind me, but I've got like, I've got some Ninja Turtles and like my Batman Beyond
Yeah, I
figure
see
and stuff
Batman
like that.
Beyond back there.
I got another case over here of stuff. I got like my Star versus the Forces of Evil shelf and my anime shelf. Well,
Oh,
yeah,
do
I've
you
got
have the Funko Pop of
uh
from Star?
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
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 for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, yeah. Got those. Got those. Yeah,
That's pretty
I've
cool.
got a really big Ed and Al statue from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but there's so much merch coming for Jujutsu Kaisen that I've got to pace myself because yeah,
Yeah.
there's just there's a ton of stuff, figurines and statues and all that
Well, you
stuff.
got to
So,
get some for your character, though.
well, I mean, of course.
You have to. I
I,
did.
I'm too weak not to. Let me tell
You
you.
have to. I did an interview with Sam Jones that played Flash Gordon,
Mhm.
and he's doing it's exactly like you would picture him. He comes on camera and he's just standing in his living room. So he
Yeah,
stood the entire interview, but he's just surrounded. I mean, you can't hardly see the living room because he has so many boxes full of stuff, and
that's
all the boxes are just filled with figures of him
that's amazing.
as Flash Gordon. He's just right in the middle of it. I was like, that'd be me.
That's amazing. Yeah, sometimes I look around, I'm like, I'm gonna need a bigger office, but
Yeah, you
I
got
gotta
to
pace
do it.
myself. I don't want to
I
have too much
mean,
stuff.
I knew they had the Funko Pop of your character from Star versus the Forces of Evil,
Yeah,
and I was like, man, that'd be awesome.
it's pretty
I mean,
cool. Yeah, as soon as Funko released those, I was like, you know what? That's a really cool.
you got to do that.
It's cool. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's not too bad. So how would you describe this show? Because I was trying to explain because my stepdaughter huge into anime, but she hadn't watched this one yet, so I was trying to explain it to her,
Yeah,
and I got it across well enough that she's like, "Oh, I'm going to watch that." But
cool.
it's not an easy answer.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's definitely a shonen, uh, but it's like, yeah, you got, like I said earlier, you got supernatural, you got comedy, you got horror. You have all these different elements that sort of like take the best pieces from different
Yeah.
genres of anime and put it all in one.
When you
Um,
got a curse,
you got curses. Yep.
curses.
Yep. Yeah, you got curses. I really like that like one of the things I love about what they're doing with this show is they are really giving such they're honoring each character. Like
Yeah.
each character is so good. There has not been a character in this show that I've been like, oh, get that guy off screen. Like they're all so interesting. I mean, yeah, the like the three main characters. There's a character named Toto who becomes good friends with Yuji.
Yeah.
His whole his character is really funny and fun and weird. He basically Jedi mind tricks Yuji into being his friend by by just calling him his best friend until Yuji gives in enough to he's like, all right, fine, like yeah, okay, I guess we're friends. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. There is a character for everybody in this show. Like no matter what kind of character is your favorite,
Yeah.
there is something for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's really unique because it crosses a whole bunch of different genres.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. So I was watching. I've got a grandson that is big in all the Shrek stuff,
Awesome.
and so we've seen the Puss in Boots, and you got to do Ugly Duckling on the Adventures of Puss in Boots.
Yeah. Yep. That was I think that was one of the episode titles. But yeah, I voiced Chad, I think his name was. Basically a pig bro. And yeah, one of three brothers, kind of like an homage to the Ninja Turtles, I want to say.
Yeah.
Actually, everyone else who voiced the pig brothers have voiced Ninja Turtles in their career. So I was like, that's perfect. So that means that at some point.
Oh, you got to do that. Your buddy Ron can help you with that.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Come on, Rob, hook me up. But yeah, I voiced Chad. He was one of the pig bros, and I'm pretty sure he's like kind of a jerk, but he was one of these fat kind of pig guys who was giving his little brother a hard time. His little brother was a good friend of Puss in the show. Yeah. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. Puss in Boots was voiced by Eric Bauza.
Yeah.
Who was another just incredibly talented guy. So that was a lot of fun. And yeah, that was another
Pretty
great
cool.
experience working with DreamWorks and Netflix on that one.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. You've worked with
Yeah.
all the big studios, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, thankful. Yes, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Well, and you're a Disney kid now. You've been on a Disney show. That counts. You're a
Yeah.
Disney kid.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know,
I'm still
when
currently
the Clone Wars, you're in
Yeah,
there.
totally. You're right. You're right. Yeah, I'm still currently the voice of Disney XD. So if you turn on the Disney
Yeah.
XD channel, I'm the guy who tells you that.
I
what's
wanted
coming
to
up next.
ask you that because I've heard some promos. And I was like, it sounds like him.
Yeah. Yep. That's me. That's me.
Yeah.
They wanted somebody who could sound like everyone's big brother. So I'm a big brother in real life. So I guess it just makes sense.
Once you're in, with Disney and Star Wars, you don't have to try. You don't have to submit tapes anymore. You just send them. They've got your name. They just contact you.
I wish it worked like that. No, everyone. I mean, look, this industry, especially in voiceover, I feel like I am so fortunate enough to get to work with the best people. So yeah, they might not be calling just because it's me, but and I still do have to audition for things, which is great. I'm happy to do that. But yeah, man, everybody that I've been fortunate enough to work with at Disney and all these other studios have just been, we're all just having a good time. We're making cartoons.
Yeah.
We're making people
Yeah,
smile.
you're making cartoons. You can't beat that. Do you run into a lot of the same voice actors?
Yeah, definitely. It's always funny too. If I run into somebody and it comes up like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a voice actor. Oh, I'm a voice actor. Nice. What do you work on? Oh, that's amazing. What do you work on? Oh, that's awesome. It's like, that's crazy. We've never been in the same room together. Inevitably, like the next week, I'll be like, hey, yeah, we're in the same room together. I run across the same people. Yeah, really often. It's a small group of us that, do it. And, I will say though, more and more people coming into it every day. And, it's a growing side of the industry, especially with the opportunities that it presented during times like COVID, where people were working from home. It was one of the sides of the industry that really flourished. So I love seeing more people have opportunities and getting to do something that I have such a fun time doing. I really do think, you can take the mindset of like, well, there's more competition if everyone's doing it. But really, I can't do every job. That would be a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of stuff out there. There's enough to go around. And if anyone is having half as fun as I'm having when I get to do it, then they're having a great day. So I wish that for everybody who wants to do it.
That's pretty good. So how about Sam Quasman? We got to talk with him. He used to do Donald Duck, but now he does Quackers on Tom and Jerry.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. I've actually never met Sam. So
there you go. Well, there you go. So
that's great. Thank you.
Probably the next time you go in.
Yeah, keep naming people I haven't worked with so that next week my calendar
is
booked with jobs.
You're booked up with these guys. So what genre have you not done that you would like to do? Which is tough because this new show hits like all of them.
Yeah. That is a great question.
Romantic comedy.
I feel like, yeah, sure. I'm down to do that. Yeah, there's not necessarily really anything. I'm trying to think what would I say that I haven't done yet. As far as genre goes.
Yeah. Have you done a superhero show yet?
No, not in the traditional sense of like Marvel, DC, something like that. Yeah, I would be into doing something like that. I did something very similar that I cannot talk about yet.
Ooh.
But yeah, as far as like a traditional, that's actually a really good point. The DC movies would be really fun. Those are like really grounded performances, gritty, great storytelling, beautiful animation. Something one of those would be. Yeah,
DC has kind of dominated the animated side. where Marvel's kind of done better on the movie side, but the animation side, that DC's putting out some really good stuff.
Yeah, I don't think Marvel has taken as many chances. I mean, as far as like the at-home animated movies.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're gonna see more stuff coming with like Disney Plus and Marvel.
Oh yeah,
and
you
all
know,
that
you
stuff.
know
It
that's
just
coming.
It just takes a little bit of time. But yeah, the at-home, like straight to DVD videos that DC makes are, I mean, they kind of are their own genre, which is really cool. So yeah, working on something like that would be fun.
Which, there we go. What about the Bad Batch? There's the show
Ooh.
that you could make your return on.
Totally,
Because it's right. It's right after.
Yeah, the only problem with that is I'm like 99% certain that D. Bradley Baker is voicing every single character on that show, which is awesome. He's so cool. Yeah, hey, yeah, Disney, if you're listening, I'll be on that.
Yeah, I mean, you can bring him back, the prince, or he may be a king by now. I know, we don't know.
Maybe he might be retired too. Who knows? Who knows what the time jump is?
It's hard to say. It's such a cool time to be nerdy, because there's so many different things out there and more coming.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it's when 30 years ago we could only dream about this stuff. We were just wanting anything, and now it's all coming out.
Yeah, and what's really cool is you do see a lot of these bigger streaming services pushing original content and these stories that might not. I mean, Amazon Prime right now has the show Invincible, and that's like a gritty adult.
Yeah, have you checked that out?
Superhero show. Yeah, I've watched the first couple episodes.
Ooh, that first episode. That talk about something that takes off near the end of it.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. So as we start seeing more and more of these sort of like more adult, older audience specific animated shows. Yeah. It's exciting as an actor. I'll tell you that. It's exciting as an actor because you get, I just get to stretch my wings and try different things. And that's really fun for me.
Yeah. That's so awesome. So what do you do when you're not acting? What do you like to do?
I like to not get COVID. So
same.
I've been working really hard on that this past year. Thankfully, I have not had the cove.
Congrats.
Thank you. I still train martial arts stuff. I really love working out. I have a buddy my buddy / trainer, who is a big time stunt guy, martial artist, former junior Olympic Taekwondo guy. So love to go and just continue to stay sharp and hone in my skills for that. I love playing video games. I'm a big Apex Legends guy, so I play Apex regularly. What else? I mean, of course, have you
done video game voiceover?
Yeah, I've done some video games. I did some stuff on Far Cry 5. I've done a couple of the Final Fantasy.
Oh, nice.
Like side games and stuff. I've sort of done a little bit of everything.
How about audiobooks?
I have done audiobooks. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
Yep. I've done audiobooks. Most of what I do for audiobooks is like young teen stuff.
Yeah.
Even though I'm 38 years old, I get, if they need someone who sounds 15 or 16, they usually give me a call. There's some.
That's an interesting profession too, because you're basically just locked in a little room reading.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It can be monotonous. It can be fun. Sometimes you don't really like the book. Thankfully, I've actually always liked the books that I've done. Again, mostly because they're probably targeted for like kids, like preteen, teen.
Yeah.
So the stories are always goofy. And there was one title. Oh, what was it? I don't remember the name of it. But basically everything was an analogy. Like they were superheroes, but everything was like toilet themed. So you had like the plunger was like the main superhero, and like I'm so bad for not remembering. It's been a few years since I did that one, but I've done some audiobooks. Awesome. They're fun too.
Yeah, you've covered. Yeah, I thought I'd have you on that one, but you you've covered about all of it.
Yeah.
How about commercials? Have you done commercials?
Yep. Done commercials. Yeah, I feel like I get typecast a lot. Not typecast because I don't work in an office, but I always book seemingly like the young office guy, young office guy sound, naive kind of sound maybe. But oh yeah, done radio commercials, VO for TV commercials, and
that's
I'm
pretty
trying to
hot.
think
Yeah, so you've
there's something that
basically
hasn't.
done all the voiceover. There's
Yeah,
nothing left.
I'm getting yeah. So I'm sticking it to my teacher in 7th grade who told me to shut up. I can't stop talking.
No, that's great. Adam, this has been the best. I knew it would be. I was so excited to talk with you because I hadn't watched the show. So the last week, we've been binge watching it, and it's so good. Yeah, it's awesome. So good.
Thanks. I appreciate you guys watching it. Yeah, keep it up.
Yeah. Although I'm gonna guess that you don't get asked about Jack and Bobby very much.
No, this was the first time
ever
someone has cared enough about that little part to ask about it. So I
actually liked the show. I was disappointed when it didn't come back on. I was probably the only one.
Yeah, I mean, not me. I was like, man, I really wish that had come back because you never know. That track guy might have made.
He might have got a name.
Yeah.
Well, so Adam, before you go,
yeah,
is there anything else we haven't touched on that we can kind of keep an eye out for you in?
There is some stuff coming. I'm not allowed to talk about it until it's announced, but I do think that there will be some stuff announced very soon. Some other dubbing projects, maybe some other anime. What else? Yeah, there's some other things coming that I'm excited about. So
well, so are you on social media? Where can we find out about this stuff once it comes out?
Awesome, great question. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If I will definitely be posting on my socials when it all happens. So I'm at NinjaMac, NINJA,
nice.
At NinjaMac everywhere. So Twitter, Instagram, as well as TikTok. Yeah.
Ooh, you've done the TikTok. I'm impressed.
I have ticked and I have talked.
Yeah, I have not conquered that one. I'm on it because I was, they had that scare where we thought we weren't going to be able to get on it.
You're
anymore.
like, no, China's going to take it. I got to get it.
I was like, I got to get on there, but I haven't done anything with it.
Yeah. Well, get on it. It's fun.
Yeah, that's not too bad. So do you go, I got one more before you go.
Yeah.
Do you write at all? Are you working on any of your own stuff?
Yeah. Actually, I started writing back in 2009.
Oh wow!
I've pitched a couple shows here and there to Cartoon Network and Disney and stuff like that. I would say at this current moment, I'm so busy with VO that I'm not writing any of my own original stuff. However, I have a few people that I basically go in and do second and third drafts for, who are working on their own original stuff. So so at some point, I'm sure you'll be reading something that I've written or hearing, watching something that I've written. So
Kickstarter, we'll get it on there.
Kickstarter, you never know. Yeah, you never know.
Well, Adam, thank you so much. This has been the best time. You have to come back.
For sure. Yeah, anytime.
Got to come back.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks so much for having me. It's been awesome. Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, hold on one second.
You got it.
That was Adam McArthur. What a talented guy! I'm so excited to speak with him. I love the voiceover work. It's definitely not easy to do. I'm just so impressed with that, and definitely check out the show. So good. So Jujutsu, oh boy, Kaisen, I think is what it is. I think I said Kaisen. It's one or the other, but it's the best show. You have to watch that. It's on HBO Max. I think I'm through about 15 episodes. I think now, maybe not quite that many, but it's the best. And he was selling it really good, but still probably underselling it. If you're a anime fan, you have to check that out. And he does such a terrific job with the lead character. So definitely check that out. Star versus the Forces of Evil is still on Disney Plus. We still play that for the grandkids, so you can definitely watch that. And with the recent season of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, a lot of us have went back and rewatched all the earlier seasons, so you can definitely catch his appearance on 3 of those episodes. So definitely do that. Okay, thank you guys so much. Appreciate you coming back every week. I hope we're bringing you good, fun, entertaining guests. I think we are. I know I get excited about talking with them, so I hope you do too. If you haven't done so yet, please go to YouTube, Meisterkhan Pod, and subscribe. That would really help us out. And please also check out our website, Meisterkhan.com. Brett has the best blog on there. If you're geeky and nerdy, you will love it. He's such a good writer, so definitely check that out. It has over 210 or so episodes now, audio and video for the podcast, so you have plenty of material to check out, and it'll also let you know what me and Brett are up to. All right. Thank you guys so much. Until next time. Bye.